Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, Mr. Forky Upscaler. And I found this very funny, as a matter of fact, but sad at the same time. Because, as you all know, I'm not a fanboy. I'm not here holding the Xbox Microsoft flag, nor am I holding the blue team PlayStation flag either. Nor am I holding a Nintendo red flag either. So, as you all know me, you know that I enjoy everything, okay? From PCs to virtual reality to all of the different various consoles. I enjoy variety and I love variety. And I don't want to see. I don't like seeing anybody fail. I don't like seeing companies fail. A lot of people think that, ooh, I want to see this company fail or that company fail. I want to see companies compete and give us great products. I want to see studios compete and give us great games. I want to see movie studios compete and give us great movies. Uh, I'm about competition. I'm about, hey, let's all compete and let's all make great products. So now that you know that, for those of you who don't know me, uh, maybe you just find out about my channel and you click on it. But for those of you who know me, you know where I stand. Now, why am I showing you this? Well, for those of you who have not seen the PlayStation Showcase, which was debuted on a May 24th of this last Wednesday, these are the games that they were showcasing. From Immortals of Evem to Ghost Runner 2, Marathon, Alan Wake 2, Dragon's Dogma, Metal Gear Solid, Delta, The Plucky, Squire, Neva, Cat Quest, and Assassin's Creed Mirage, and then Talos Principle. So these are the games that Sony focused in the first, whatever, 40 minutes of their showcase. And these are the games that they showcased. And these are the same games that you can play, and you will be able to play on the Xbox Game Pass. You'll be able to play it on the Xbox. And the reason, to me, this is kind of funny, the way Xbox is throwing shades at Sony, is basically what Sony is saying. You know what? Sony, you like to, beat yourself up the chest that, you got all of these exclusives and you're all about exclusives and you're all about AAA games. And they used to be, with PlayStation 4 and everything before that. But like I said earlier on one of my videos that I did, uh, there's a drop off here with Sony PlayStation 5. And that's what basically Microsoft is saying to Sony. You're not the top dog anymore. I mean, maybe you used to be, but not anymore, because you're not pumping out these AAA titles like you used to. The only thing that they showcased was two exclusives, Phantom Blade, which I don't know how much of exclusive that's going to be, because it's going to be also available on the PC Epic Store. That means that you'll be able to play it just like Forsaken. You'll be able to play it on a PC as well. So it's not really, technically, it's not really exclusive. And then you got Spider-Man, which is exclusive, but for how long? A year, 2 years, and then it's going to show up on the PC with a remastered version and much better graphics, much higher frame rate. So you've seen my Spider-Man live stream that I did with my Asus ROG Republic of Gamers G16 laptop, running at 160 frames per second, man. Everything maxed out, at 1200p, and it looks beautiful. So the only thing they have, it's just that Spider-Man. But even with the Spider-Man 2, they haven't even announced the release date. Like, we don't even know when the release date's going to be. Is it going to be September, October, November? Is it going to be next year? We have no clue. So that's kind of concerning. And I wasn't really impressed with the graphics, to be honest with you. I mean, if you look at Spider-Man Original Remastered and how beautiful that looks, and you compare it to Spider-Man 2, what I have seen on the gameplay footage, there's a drop off there. Really, there's a drop off. So what Microsoft is saying, hey Sony, uh, don't act all mighty and holier than thou, because you're not. You used to be a king of the exclusives. You used to pump out these exclusives, at least 3 or 4 of them each year. You used to do that with the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and of course PlayStation 2 and the original PlayStation. But you don't do that no more. Like PlayStation 5, I think, in my opinion, is not the finest hour of PlayStation franchises of consoles. Like I said, PlayStation 1 was freaking amazing. PlayStation 2 was the best console ever made. PlayStation 3 was great. PlayStation 4 was great. But PlayStation 5, I think it's in a weird spot. And I think historians who are doing who are going to be judging this history of video games 40 years from now, 50 years from now, whoever does the documentary 50 years from now, I think they're going to look at it and they're going to say, well, there was a drop off here with the PS5. And that's just being honest. And again, I'm not taking sides here. I'm not like holding, the Xbox flag and then shitting on PlayStation. I'm not doing that. Nor am I holding the PlayStation flag. I'm just looking at it from a consumer video gamer, because I am a video gamer. Even though, I have other preferences that I like in my life. I have other hobbies that I like. You've seen me DJ. I have other things that I like to do in life. But video gaming, it's one of them that I grew up with. So I can call myself a video gamer because I am. Maybe not a full time, but a half time. Half time. I mean, yeah, gamer. Or what's the word? Not a full time, but a half time. Part time. I'm sorry, part time. Not a full time. Part time, not a half time. Part time. You guys catch my drift. Part time gamer. I'm not gonna edit this. I'm gonna let it slide. I know some of you are gonna laugh about it. So I just want you guys to understand where I'm coming from. That I'm not picking and choosing the side over here. You guys know that. For those of you who know me, you know that. And I know that in some of my subscribers who are subscribed to me, I know that they're blue team, green team. I know that. I can look at the analytics. I can see who is who. And that's fine. I mean, if you're a fan of one of these systems, that's fine. But I think as a fan, you need to look at the bigger picture here. And I think you need to be honest with yourself. All right? You have to be honest. You have to say to yourself, hey, man, let's look at the PlayStation history. This is a brand that was delivering for nearly 2.5 decades. Constant greatest hits after hit after hit after hit. Great, amazing games, right? And all of a sudden now with the PlayStation 5, there's a drop-off. Something is off here. Something is definitely off here. This is not the finest moment for Sony in terms of consoles. PlayStation 5, it's going to be, in my opinion, judged as the VU of Nintendo. Honestly, I think they're going to look at PlayStation 5 as a VU of a Nintendo. And this also reminds me, and I want you to understand, just stay with me, guys. Stay with me before you get triggered, before you getting angry, oh, is he an Xbox fanboy, this, and that. Before you start judging, before you start, thinking whatever you're thinking, let me tell you, you're wrong. I am neither one of those things. I don't hold flags for nobody, okay? I don't vouch for nobody. I vouch for great things, for great products. Okay? So hear me out. Stay with me before you start having your opinions. Here's what I'm trying to say here. My whole point is this. I look at the consoles in 2023, and there's a shift here, a major shift here. And the consoles are in a really different type of evolution now, in a different type of a trajectory, that it's not what it was, what we remembered. Like, for those of us who remember what buying a console meant. Buying a console, it meant exclusives that you can only play on Sega Genesis, or you can only play on Nintendo, or you can only play on Sony console, or you can only play on the Xbox Microsoft console. Those days are over, guys. What I'm trying to say here, and I'm pretty sure Phil Spencer would agree with me on this one, and I'm even sure Jim Ryan would agree with me on this one. Not publicly, why I think not publicly, but behind the closed doors, behind the scenes, I'm sure he would agree and say, yeah, we can't look at our brand in terms of like what it used to be once, delivering all of these AAA games every year, 4 of them, big heavy hitters. We can't do that anymore. We're not all about that anymore. We're in a different direction. And I think that's what's going on. There's a shift here. And that makes me worry about where this console brand is going. Because technically, if you have a PC, a semi-decent PC, you don't have to have a $2,000 laptop like I have. That's just me because I want to have it, It is what it is. Guilty pleasure. Call it whatever you want to call it. I work hard. I earn my money. It is what it is. Okay? But technically, you can play all of these games on your PC. Everything from the Xbox that's on the Xbox Game Pass, you can play it on the PC. Everything that's on the PlayStation, you can play it on the PC. Okay, you can get a PlayStation Now app, you can play it on your PC, or you can go ahead and get the emulator and get all of those PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 games. And of course, PlayStation 4 games are coming out on the PC. So technically, you can also play Nintendo games. You can play, as a matter of fact, The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom with a Dolphin emulator. So what I'm trying to say, if you buy yourself a PC, you're pretty much all set. The Last of Us Part 1 is already available. The Last of Us Part 2 is coming. God of War is already available. Spider-Man's available. Days Gone is available. Detroit Become Human is available. Pretty soon, I think they're going to have The Last of Us Part 2 available. God of War Ragnarok will be coming in, I'm pretty sure, sometime next year. So, why not just get yourself a PC, dude, and just have everything in one pot and play everything from that one pot? So this makes me really worried about in which direction this console brand is going. And I have a feeling that it's going in a direction that majority of you probably not going to like. And where you're going to say to yourself, well, if I'm going to pay a top dollar for buying a console, if I'm going to pay a top dollar for paying for all these games, I might as well just get myself a gaming laptop for $1,000 and then play there, and that's it. Just take that laptop with me, play all these games, and that's it, and just do that, right? Because I think the word consoles have really lost their momentum that they once used to mean. Like consoles, like I said earlier, it used to mean you being able to play those games only on that console. when you get that Sega Genesis or the Sega Saturn, you can only play that game on a Sega Saturn. You can't play it anywhere else, right? I remember there was this one game called D. It was only on Sega Saturn. I think it was called D. It was a horror survival game. Uh, and you can only play it on Sega Saturn. So, you know, and I also remember buying Sega Genesis before that, and there were certain games you can only play on Sega Genesis. Same thing with Dreamcast, right? NFL 2K, NBA 2K, you can only play it on those on those consoles, Dreamcast consoles. Same thing with Nintendo 64, GoldenEye, and of course the original PlayStation. You can only do it there. So what I'm basically trying to say is that you can uh, only play those games at that uh, brand. But I think personally that's kind of fading away. So you're not going to see that anymore, I personally think. And looking at that interview with Phil Spencer, that really shows to me that that's where we're going. We're really going to a different kind of a direction than what it once used to mean. But anyway, what do you guys think? Do you guys believe that that maybe we shouldn't worry too much? This is just a small little break, and the exclusives are coming, or what do you think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Or how do you guys feel about this? I mean, what are your opinions on it? You can leave your opinions down in the comments, but please try to be respectful. Okay, guys, it's not worth it. If you're going to be disrespectful, your comment will not show up. It's just going to be blocked. It's going to be removed. I will not tolerate that, as you all know. So just be respectful, okay, and just have a respectful opinions. We can all agree to disagree, but at the same time, we should respect each other's opinions. All right, well, there you have it, guys. Just I felt like making this video, and let me know what you think.